I think we have made a decision on where we are going next. After I hate to say it, we are moving on from our time in Boston. I will probably still play it off stream. It raises the question of what is our new challenge. And again, there are a few ideas that we have kicking around, but there is one idea for me that kind of stands out above the rest. And while I was very tempted to use the Seattle Mariners because of prior ownership, we are going to be taking over the Oakland Athletics. And we are going to be moving them. Original idea, I know. But we are going to be moving them to a place that makes Major League Baseball just that much more international. Because as it turns out, the previous owners of the Seattle Mariners want to get back in the baseball business. And there has been a Japanese takeover of the Oakland Athletics, where fresh off of their success at the World Baseball Classic, they said, why stop there? What if we build a team of nothing but Japanese players and we see if they can take over Major League Baseball in general? We're going for it. We're going for it. Now, I don't have a custom team for this. I don't know if I could technically load up a custom team, but we're going to see what we can do. Shohei's off limits. Well, Dimmadome, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. In terms of Major League Baseball players that are going to be in this game, you are talking about Yu Darvish, who's kind of getting up there a little bit. Love me some Yu Darvish. He's 36 years old. You're talking about Kenta Maeda, who is 34 years old. Then there's Ohtani. There's Kikuchi, who's 31. Seiya Suzuki, Yoshida on Boston, Kodai Senga on the Mets, and Shintaro Fujinami, who is on the Athletics, I believe, in this roster update as well. So this is where things get to be just a little bit interesting, because if I want to go after those already established players, that could harm us in the draft, right? That could harm us. So what we're going to do, because we're going to accidentally load back into the Red Sox run, what we're going to do, because this is kind of a spur-of-the-moment idea based off of what happened at the end of the Red Sox run, we will move this team after the first season so that we can go ahead and really optimize this look. Because if we hit this new team, I'm not going to have the assets that I want. I'm not going to have the stadium that I want. So we'll do that afterwards. But for the moment, we are going to take over who are easily the worst organization in baseball. And again, through rather unconventional means, we're going to see what we can do. The Coyotes of baseball. Let's be honest, they're even worse. They are even worse. Let's start off. Let's go spring training. We're not going to do too much. And there is Shohei Ohtani. we don't have to do too much to really kick this off because it's not a matter of like, okay, we just started, immediately trade for Ohtani or something like that. That's not a big deal for us. And again, I mentioned Fujinami. He's 28 years old, so he's not going to be a big factor for us either by the time we really get this started. In terms of the settings, it's going to be pretty similar to what we did with the Red Sox. Injury management, lineup management will be automatic. We'll take care of everything else as we move along. Our top priority is obviously, getting it done in the draft. So scouting, we have $17,000 left in a remaining budget. We need to make sure, and I'm going to go off screen for a second here, that we have scouts who are good at discovery, because the only spot that we're going to be looking at is international. So if we make sure that we hit the mark in that regard, we're going to be doing okay. So one of these top scouts would be phenomenal. Obviously, there's a pretty big efficiency discovery trade-off. I would not mind going, though, for Thomas Garland. While discovery is a bit weaker, this is an absolutely insane scout. At the same time, you could look for a lot more of a well-rounded approach. So let's just quickly look, because obviously you're talking, around $93,000 per scout. Honestly, Dave Robles is not that bad. He's an upgrade on Phil Davidson, so let's do that. So $13,000 left. There's not much we can do. To really balance this out. Corey Pryor is better than Dave Robles, so we'll bump him up. That leaves $6,000 left. Again, we want relatively well-rounded scouts. $6,000 to upgrade. We could go for that guy to replace Milton, or we are looking at someone like Lynch, Novoa. Honestly, Novoa. Can I get Novoa for Murphy? Actually, let's go for Pryor. Can't afford it. It's just a little bit too much. Out of reach. Perfect. Hank Scott, you are very, very well-rounded. Leaves $1,000 left over. Technically 1.6. The efficiency rating on Pryor isn't quite amazing, but I still like him more than Murphy. Leaves $500 left in the budget, so we're pretty well set up. I'd like to think these guys will do well for us. In terms of the team, to be honest, I'm not even going to worry about it. Apparently, we can... God, this team is brutal. And again, over time, what we'll be doing is just letting people naturally go from the roster. It'll just be a matter of not re-signing them. They're a bad enough team, obviously, that we are not going to benefit incredibly well from this. And obviously, too, there will be a point where we're not exactly able to fill out this team with entirely, Japanese players. We'll just be signing veterans to fill out the team, essentially. Give them a little bit more time in the spotlight. But I am just going to leave this roster as it is. AAA is apparently a disaster, but we'll just do an automatic kind of upgrade there. So, like I said, tonight, I do want to get through Season 1, our first draft, and we'll see what we're looking at from there in terms of how we're going to progress and move forward. Boy, it's weird to see different colors, by the way. And like I said, I think tonight, off stream, we'll take the time to fully update the look and be ready to go for tomorrow. But for now, scouting is the deal. We got a lot of bonus money, of course, with the 6th overall pick and the 38th overall pick. So we have to hope that we have lucked out and that there will be some good players available to us. To kick it off, Discovery in International. Let's look for pitchers. Discovery in the international region. Let's look for catchers. And Discovery in the infield. Again, we'll look for international. And just try to make sure that we know of every single player that we could possibly draft. How does this team have a 500 record? I know it's early, but good Lord. How does this team have a positive record? That's insane. Couple new prospects discovered. Not too great for the infield. Let's go. We'll go outfield for the week. And I highly doubt we're going to find anybody else. So that did not work out too well. So let's take a look then. The top players available. Obviously, Douglas Anderle is not going to be available to us. He looks awesome. The question is, and I'm still going to look at every single player because you never know. Will there be? And the problem is, of course, we can't scout by region. The big question is how many players will actually be available to us every year. Because the international region is huge. This might not work out. This could be a challenge that's just far too specific to really pull off. Especially given that in terms of projected first rounders, not a single one's Japanese. You got Russell Key, Chinese Taipei, who is also not available. Shout out to Taiwan. Please? Okay, so here's our first option. Starting pitcher Garth Amasa, who was projected 41st. And he has an amazing beard. For those of you who said prioritize beards, well, Garth is living up to that now, isn't he? So Garth Amasa is the first player that we'll look at. I don't know when the hell we stopped. When the hell did we stop? 32nd. I mean, presumably we're still okay. Is there anybody else who kind of fits the bill here? I am a little bit afraid for this draft already. Because, okay, there we go. Dana Yamada, another starting pitcher. He's 22. Those will be our first two focuses here as we keep scouting the infield. All right, there we go. A nice, beautiful, terrible week. You love to see it. Dana Yamada. There you go. That too. All right. Oof. Not a good start. Not a good start. We will get Yamada 100% scouted. We discovered some other outfielders. This could end up being pretty rough. It could be. Let's keep going off of team rank here. You know, I'm going to go as far back. Actually, dummy, just hit to the left. There you go. So team rank. Do we have anybody? There's a Mainer. Way to go. Do we have anybody else that fits the bill? And if not, this could be rough. This could be very rough. I'm already kind of pondering this idea. Just a little bit. Oh, man. Oh, boy. There's a real shortage of players. You had Nelson Ting out of South Korea. This isn't looking great, is it? This isn't looking great. Come on, there's got to be more available, right? Oh my God, we're right back down to where we were. So 2 Japanese players inside the top 100, which again is okay. It just means, holy hell, do we have to end up with both of them? We have to end up with both of them is what we're looking at here. So with that, it would be easier to look for last names. Not necessarily, because you can have Terrence Flint, who can be from the Netherlands. So not necessarily. All right. Well, not a great start. Let's start looking in specific spots, and we'll start looking... Oh, boy. Let's start looking. I mean, who knows? Maybe Grover Ott won't be there. Do we have... Look at the beards. William Bike's going to be South Korean. Yeah. All right. As far as we know, there's not a single right fielder that's going to work out for... Shout out to Jim Frost. Great name. David Chu? South Korean. Jesus, we should have done South Koreans. Billy Boswell. Steve Ransom. Oh, man. Okay, well, this is going terribly so far. In terms of availability, It did not really do us a favor with players. Eric Yabu, there we go. We get another one, a shortstop. We'll take a look at him. Rough start. Rough start. Hopefully we have enough players to draft. That's the biggest concern so far. All right, good. This team is still terrible. We have Yamato 100% scouted. He is, again, very likely a C potential player. We'll keep looking at the other two. Let's go back over to shortstops. Is there anybody else? Doesn't look like it. No. Third baseman. Lee Choi, South Korea. Jesus, it really should be a South Korea to glory. Man. Supposed to be a Buddy Chan. All right, we got third baseman Buddy Chan. There's another one. Let's add third baseman to the list. Okay, we're finding some players. As you might have hoped for them to be higher rated, they're not. But we did find a couple of options. How good they are is a whole other issue. But we do have Garth Amasa 100% scouted. Let's go back over to third baseman. Let's go back over to third. Was there anybody else? It's not looking like it, no. Okay. Second base. Nelson Ting, we already saw that he was from South Korea. Let's go reverse order. Max Slinger. What a great name. What a great name. Bucky McKinnon. Some good names, but nobody that we can draft at second. First base. It's looking pretty rough here, too. It's looking a little bit rough here, too. Okay, well, I never said this is going to be an easy challenge. And then at catcher, do we have anybody? Not looking like it. Jason Hinson. Okay. We need some pitchers, please. Ryan Arabu. We'll add Ryan Arabu to the list. All right, we at least do have a couple of position players, but again, how good they are is going to be the big issue. Thankfully, we're still bottom of our division. 100% scouted on Buddy Chan. Looks like he'll be a B potential. The other guys are looking bad. We shouldn't have much competition to draft them, which could be viewed as a positive, or as it really should be viewed as a gigantic negative. All right, there's going to be nobody else at closer. What about outright reliever? Bastafka. What a name. Ken Bastafka. Come on, you got to give me a reliever here. Some years will be better than others. It's a lot of randomness, obviously, that's going to affect us in this, which I'm okay with. It is still worth the shot. In terms of relievers, though, William Young out of Michigan. It's not looking good. It's not looking good here. David Marlin, I hope he goes to Florida. Robert Nakamura, 23-year-old reliever who is unranked. Right. Well, this is the series where we're going to get to test out how well you can actually find late-round steals, because that's who we're going to be focusing on. Oh, boy. All right. Yabu and Arabu are both trash. And Nakamura doesn't look that much better. Do we have anybody else? Dana Hod of Chinese Taipei. Augustin Du. Well, Philip Na. All right, another reliever, Philip Na. Anybody else? It's not looking like it'll be a home run. This is the very first year. Yes, we just started this. We just finished up with our Red Sox run. a run where we were allowed to, kind of trade, use free agency in a major way. We technically will still be allowed to do that in this, but as you can tell, heavy emphasis on the draft. Starters, the last place that we're looking. We know we're not going to have many options in this draft. Unfortunately, RNGesus in generating Japanese players for us this year, he was not very kind. Jonathan Min out of Texas. I hate it here. Oh my God, we might not have like any starters here either. Please? You gotta give me somebody, man. I do wish too I could look at it by region, but hey. I don't think they accounted for someone doing something this dumb. Alright, outside of Dana Yamato, we have nobody else. So, let's focus on those who we have scouted. I mean, recently scouted, nobody's up there. All we can do is focus on those that we have some info on, the highest rated options. So let's keep building up interest on Garth Amasa. And we'll still focus on the other two for this week. That's why you should be a game tester, apparently. So this is going to be a start of very humble beginnings. I'm also going to have to change the roster here soon because they're winning far too many games. We have to tank. Yeah, Nakamura is terrible. We'll continue to focus on Amasa. We'll keep looking at Philip Na. He is also going to be absolutely terrible. Obviously, recommended draft prospects. It's not going to be great for us. Oh, boy. When's the next time we see a player that actually has an interest? Have to go all the way down to Dana Yamada. Humble beginnings, to say the least. Humble beginnings out of this draft. All right. Oh, we still haven't fully scouted Philip Na. We'll put him in that bronze spot. Let's keep looking at Dana. So Dana Yamada and Garth Amaza. Yeah, those will be our guys. We could run a little bit more discovery. That's fair. We could run a little bit more discovery just to find out. Let's try it. Let's go international pitcher. We've already done one round of it, but hey, what's the harm in trying again, right? We're still only on week 9 of 14, and we have already found everybody that we knew about. Anybody new? 3 new pitchers discovered. 3 new pitchers discovered. Recently scouted. Nobody that we can get, unfortunately. Let's go infield international. Outfield international. Keep looking as we continue to scout Philip Na, who we know is going to be absolutely dreadful. And hope that we keep losing games, and for the most part, that is the case. We discovered 4 new infielders, 1 new outfielder. Let's take a look. Anybody good? Recently scouted. Nobody that we can use. Guys, look, I get it. If the international... I get it. It's not in the game, though. What do you want me to do? Catcher, demo, what do you want me to do? Hey, you know if the international signing period... Yeah, I know, but it's not. What do you want me to do? No one's going to disagree with you. What do you want me to do? Should it be in the game? Yes. Is it? No. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? All right. Back to Discovery. We have no choice. We just have to keep running Discovery at this point because we're just desperate for it to randomly find somebody. We are desperate for it to randomly find somebody. Wow, Texas sucks. That's a general statement, by the way. 3 new pitchers. 3 new pitchers. Still nobody that we can use. Criminy. International infield. International outfield. We just got to keep looking. We finally have Philip Na 100% scouted. Let's keep looking for our top option. Garth Amasa. Keep building up interest for him. Still got a few weeks to go before this draft. As Joey Meneses is off to Atlanta for Kyle Wright. Interesting trade. Wish I could see Kyle Wright stats from there. All right. One new infielder, one new outfielder. Any luck? Anderle, DaCosta. Hold on. No. Robertson, Talley. Finding fucking international. It finds me a goddamn Canadian. Pitcher international. Discover new prospects. Catcher international. Again, we'll keep working on Amasa just to make sure we can sign him. Nope. Catcher, I don't. I like the challenge. I like the challenge a lot, actually. All right. 3 new pitchers. Any luck? Diaz, Perez. Oh, my God. Okay. Infield international. Outfield international. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Diamondbacks offer us a trade. Obviously, we're just going to decline for now. Futures game we're not worried about. So here it is. The 2023 drafts. In terms of rolling through, there was, I don't believe, any catchers that we could look at. There was not. I don't believe there was a single first baseman. There was 1 second baseman? Nope, there was a third baseman, though. Buddy Chan. We'll add to our queue. He was it. Did we have a shortstop? No, we did not. Left field. God help me. Center field. Hey, I said it was a Japanese takeover of the Athletics. I didn't say it was going to be a successful takeover. Nobody in right. I cannot believe how empty the draft pool was for us in season 1. Because all we were seeing, for the most part, I mean, we were seeing a lot of Japanese players in the draft with the Red Sox. And a lot of good Japanese players at that. Not for this year 1 draft. Not at all. I forgot I had the whole scouted option. It's literally only showing me 3 players. I guess the other 3 are so shit that they're not in the draft. Literally, Amasa, Yamada, and Chan is all it's showing me right now for scouted players. Okay. Well, year 1, 3 players to draft. Nice. This is going to be painful. We are going to be the Colorado Rockies of the Red Sox run in terms of drafting. We have the 6th overall pick. Pittsburgh has that number 1 selection, of course. Oh, God. And Pittsburgh with the number 1 pick. Could you imagine if they take one of my guys? Oh, Terrence Flint, first baseman, goes first overall. It'll be like your German Nation United series a while back. All the good Japanese players will... Yeah, exactly. There'll be another series and it'll be better. Can you trade for Japanese players? Yes, but with what? We're the Athletics. It's not like we have good assets. The Nationals, 2nd overall, take shortstop Luis DaCosta, who was at least projected to be drafted highly. So that's promising. And 3rd overall, the Detroit Tigers select Douglas Anderle, who was projected first. And, yeah, you have Soderstrom. That's about it. That is about it. Let's go ahead and sim to our pick. As you also had Kevin Sanchez, the left fielder, who was projected 6th. And then, ooh, there's the first reach. Minnesota takes Evan Cedeno, who was projected 31st. So with that, with the 6th overall pick, We will be selecting starting pitcher Garth Amasa. Can I just like forego this pick? Nope, I can't. Draft options. Oh, God. Garth Amasa is the pick. If we're lucky, he'll be a B potential. If we're unlucky, all right, we'll sim to our next selection, which is in the competitive balance round A. Just to round out the first round. A reach there, another reach. Just to kind of... Angel's gonna angel. Domingo Madrid, shortstop, projected 123. Goes 11th. Goodness gracious. There were some reaches. The Giants took the 140 projected player. 16th. Zesty indeed. So yeah, there were still some reaches in the first round. Shout out to Jude Rice. Great name. Damn. Again, we should have done South Korea, apparently. Second ranked guy, he was a reliever, though. He ended up falling. So that was the first round. Well, next up, starting pitcher Dana Yamada is the pick. Come on down, Dana. If we have any luck, you'll be a B potential. I will be honest, Dana's not that bad. Somehow we didn't have a top 3 reach. If we have some luck and Dana Yamada's a B potential, if that overall is correct, he's actually not going to be that bad because that starting overall is pretty good. So if we have some luck, he might not be that bad. Washington makes a pick, and then we kick off round 2. We'll take Buddy Chan, and then I don't know what the fuck we're going to do after that. They took Sean Taylor. We'll be taking Buddy Chan with this pick. He's fast. He's fast, as you see in the bottom right. That's about it. That's all we have for Buddy Chan. So we'll take him in the second round. Now from here, I do not know what Rusty Couch. From here, I do not know what to do because I don't believe there is a single player left that we scouted that is available for us to actually draft. So I might just have to say, like, take the worst projected players. Take the worst projected players, draft them, but don't sign them. Exactly. Is what we'll be looking at. Oh my God. So in our first year draft, we are going to get 3 players. I hate it here. I think the game's trying to get revenge for us having fun with the Red Sox. Okay. We'll also have to hope that some of those dudes that we did scout will be available in spring training free agency. I don't think, unlike the Rule 5, I can't forego the pick. So we will be taking third baseman Sean Snyder. Oh, this idea is so stupid. Oh, this is going to be fun. This idea is so dumb. Round 4, third baseman Antonio Cabrera. Come on down. We're going to make your day 2. You were drafted. Round number 5. Let's go ahead and take third baseman Mac McCallum. Not a good year for third baseman, apparently. And in round number 6, the mustachioed Angel Calzado. Wow, what a draft. This is a beautiful disaster, isn't it? A beautiful disaster. Gotta be honest, in terms of making the team worse to end up with a higher pick, it might not matter. Then again, I say that. If I sit here and don't make this team worse, now I'm not talking about like screwing up the entire roster. Is there an obvious way that I can make this team worse? I don't think we have the maneuverability to do it. But you watch. We will end up with like the second overall pick, and the #1 projected guy will be the next Ohtani. I'm calling it right now. You know what's going to happen. You know it is. Let's move on, as we'll take a look at the home run derby. Pete Alonso is leading the way with 31 home runs. Make an offer for Shohei. Well, if he ends up as a free agent, we'll have to consider it now, won't we? First day to sign draft picks. Obviously, Amasa, Yamada, and Chan are the only focus. Garth Amasa. We have $12 million in allotment money. He wants 6.3, apparently. Garth Amasa, welcome to the, for now, Oakland Athletics. Not for much longer. Dana Yamada. We'll give you fair value. Dana Yamada, welcome to the For Now Athletics. And then Buddy Chan, welcome to the Athletics. And with that, we're done. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. We can just go ahead and sim on. Actually, let's take a look. Whoa, all the buttons. Who made the All-Star game? So actually, we can take a look there. That was the AL starting lineup. I mean, quite a bit of Houston representation. I don't think it's going to let me see the NL side of things from there, though. Whoops. National League, Clayton Kershaw was the starter. Interesting. Dick Mountain. I mean, he was probably Pittsburgh's only representative, but still. Chase DeYoung made it. David Bednar. You had Real Muto as a starter. Pete Alonso. I mean, we saw he was leading the league in home runs. Jeff McNeil. Machado made it. Lindor. A lot of Mets. Chaz Chisholm, Mookie Betts, and of course Tatis, which again, we're using a custom roster that's out there in the roster vault that I actually do like the looks of. It's fair enough. So let's go ahead and sim. I would not like to stop simulating. Nate Lowe has been traded. I'm going to stay over here for now in case other deals come through. Nate Lowe has been dealt to Baltimore for Dylan Beavers and fucking Dayton Lane Hall. That's what it was. 3 days in a row of DL Hall being referenced here. Again, we don't have to sign any draft picks. We're good. AAA autofix active roster. It's fine. Marlins, nope. Don't want to trade with anybody. All right. Last day to sign picks, was it? Yes, it was. So let's go through. So here we go, chat. Here we go. Our first draft class, we were allowed to take 3 players. How good are they? The answer is, I mean, he's fine. 18C and a 58's not bad, but he didn't get B potential. Like, he's fine. He can be a useful player for us, but not a home run with Amasa. Dana Yamada also ended up being C potential, but he does have a very good overall at 22 years old. So honestly, not too bad. And Buddy Chan's only a 59, but he does have B potential, and that is it. So unfortunately, again, for Amasa, we did not hit the high end of potential, but those are the first 3. The first 3. Can we just sign a little World Series team? It's what we need. By the way, I didn't look at top prospects. I'm always intrigued. Still has Anthony Volpe at the top of the list. It's going to be very similar, obviously, to what it was when we started the Red Sox franchise. So, fair enough. So let's get this season over with. Hope that we suck. And take it from there. Like, this offseason is going to be very interesting. This might not work. That's true. But it also might. And if there's one thing we love doing around here, it's memeing our asses off. And this represents a marvelous opportunity to meme. Because either this is going to start off terribly, and it looks like it won't work. And that's true. And we crash and burn. Or it starts off terribly, but somehow, some way it does work. And the opportunity for this to somehow work after this bad of a start has me intrigued. It does. So playoffs in season 1, you got the White Sox and Rays, Guardians and Orioles. The Orioles made it in season 1 with Houston and New York moving on. NL side, it's Philadelphia And New York, St. Louis, Miami, and the Dodgers and the Braves make the playoffs. In terms of our player statistics for the year, who the hell cares? They're not our players long term. I don't really care. We will look at the awards, though, where some guy named Mike Trout won AL MVP. Whoever that guy is. Whoever that guy is with 59 home runs and 138 RBIs. You know? And exactly, that's the point. We can't possibly be worse than the team that we just inherited. Shout out to Crash Andrews. Julio, you're right. Jesus, Marian Hossa, 26-2. Jesus. Yeah, and the Angels still didn't make the playoffs. My God. AL Cy Young winner Shane McClanahan. I wonder who won the NL Cy Young. Oh, I can't believe it. At 26-2. Fuck. Batting title in the AL goes to Arson Judge. And in the NL, Bryce Harper. Reliever of the year in the NL, the Dodgers, Evan Phillips. Can't disagree with it. AL, it goes to Andreas Munoz. AL Rookie of the Year, Grayson Rodriguez, with hopefully future member of our team, hopefully, Masataka Yoshida. Hopefully. Problem is, he's already 29. Is his deal up? Okay, he's never going to be on our team. He's going to be so old by the time he is. NL Rookie of the Year, well, again, he was added in, so Fernando Tatis, let's be honest. Miguel Vargas won it. But again, we had to add in Tatis, no trades. I mean, I might be able to pull off a trade for him, but it's doubtful. It's doubtful. That's the issue. I just genuinely don't know if we'd be able to pull off the trades for it. I mean, we might have been able to do something there at the deadline, but I mean, again, like you look at this roster, it's literally just Tyler Soderstrom. He's probably the only guy that we could use. And his deal's up. I might just let him go. Let's see who's going to win the World Series in season number 1. Also, by the way, standings-wise, 63 wins. We were one worse than the Royals. We were the second worst team in baseball. The Nationals managed to somehow be more trash garbage. So, it's a Houston-Atlanta World Series. With the Astros winning the World Series. And to answer your question, yes, this is a lovely popcorn tin that I got for Christmas that I use as a trash can. Why? Because it's perfect for moments like this, in terms of sound, with the Astros winning the 2023 World Series. 7 games, by the way. Damn. World Series MVP, Alex Bregman. So back-to-back for the Astros. As we go to the offseason. All right. Yep. Staff members down. We're going to have to rebrand. Any Hall of Famers? Well, Miguel Cabrera, certainly. And Robinson Cano, who, yeah, on the Mets. So there you go. Miguel Cabrera, Robinson Cano. Make the Hall of Fame. So in terms of rebranding and such, we have some decisions to make. Now, don't we? We certainly do, and maybe tonight might be the decent place to do it. I mean, we got to get some Road to the Show in there too. We'll poke around. Let's poke around, maybe.